Hello again and welcome back. This is part 3 of the Change Your Mindset, Change Your Life course. As mentioned in the end of the second part, I did hope to get this course all in one video, but because it's so long, it's so in-depth, it had to be broken down into 2 separate parts, or 3 separate parts. But it is so important because everything we're covering is going to help you to change your mindset, and it is going to change your life for the better. So yes, there's a lot that needed to be covered, but it's all been necessary. Everything has been necessary. You can't just have an abundant mindset overnight. It takes time. It takes a lot of inner healing work, and that's what we've been covering throughout this 3 parts of this course. From doing that inner healing work, you will be able to create the mindset that you need to create the life that you truly desire. So it's all been necessary. Okay, so we left it off working on worries and our anxieties, our fears and concerns in the first part of the course, or second part. So now we're going to do a bit more work on overcoming our worries and our fears before moving on. So I hope that you'll find this to be helpful. And we'll jump straight into it. We'll do a quick recap on fears and worries. Do you know that worrying is a form of fear? Fear really does come in so many different shapes, sizes and forms. Worrying is in actual fact a form of fear. It is a way of expressing fear. You fear something, and this comes out as worries and concerns, anxieties and stresses. We need to learn to stop worrying. We need to learn to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Not be up in our heads so much over worrying, over analyzing, overthinking. It just is unhealthy and it leads to more problems. It really does. It just escalates everything. We need to stop worrying because it really does cause unnecessary heartache. So I'm going to share with you a little exercise that you can do. It's very simple. It's called the Worry Calculator. I'd like for you to please take your journal, your self-healing journal in front of you, or a piece of paper and a pen, and just write down all the things that you worry about. Write down your worries, your concerns, the things that have been weighing on your mind. Write these things down. So you can put a title saying the Worry Calculator, and then do a subtitle which is called My Worries and Concerns, and just number them, number 1 to 5 or 10 or 3, however many worries and concerns, whatever you have going on in your mind at this time, just write them all down, and you could number them, number 1, 2, 3. We're now going to focus on each of your worries one at a time. Some of you may only have one particular thing that's on your mind and really worrying you. For others, it could be 2, 3, or even a handful of things. But we'll start with number 1, and then we'll do the same process with each one. So you look at your number 1. What did you write down for that? What is worrying you? Okay, now let's pull this apart. Let's really delve deep into this particular worry. Ask yourself questions like why? Why are you worried about whatever this is? How does it make you feel? Write down your feelings. How are you feeling because of this particular worry? How is it affecting your day-to-day life? How is it affecting your sleeping pattern? How is it affecting your mind, your emotions, your mental and emotional state? What benefits are you getting from worrying from this? What damage is it causing? Really pull it apart. Look at how you can rectify whatever this is. How can you make things better? What can you do to change this worry from a negative into a positive? Really delve deep, pull apart that worry, analyze it, look at it, think of solutions. What solutions can you find? Really delve deep into this worry. We're pulling it apart. We're looking at why we have this worry, how it's affecting us, how it makes us feel, how it's affecting our daily life. Looking at solutions, how we can fix it, how we can eliminate this worry. And you're being honest, you're looking at it and you're trying to pull it apart. Really delve into this worry. Look at what fears you have in connection with this worry or this concern. What do you fear the most? What's the very worst thing that could happen? What would happen if the really worst thing did happen? How can you prevent that from happening? Really spend a lot of time on each one, being completely honest and writing everything down. And once you've really tackled that and you could even make like a plan, say, look, my to-do plan, my action plan on how I am going to tackle this worry, this concern is this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tackle it doing plan A, plan B, plan C. Try and tackle that worry. Go and implement that plan that you put into place. Give it a go. If that doesn't work, what's your plan B? What can you try next? Write down each time you've tried a different way of tackling this worry. How did you find it? What were the results? And once you've worked through that worry, that concern, you found solutions, then you can move on to number 2 or number 3 and the rest of your worries till you've worked through each one. But work through each concern and worry one at a time. We're now going to look at exercises on how to actually change our life around for the better. So we really want to be changing our life for the better and actually having a positive results and seeing these positive results. So I'm going to show you some techniques on how to do that. First exercise is be real and assess. One of the big steps in changing your life around for the better is to dig and delve deep into your subconscious mind and life as a whole. Really unravel and unpick your life step by step. Before taking action steps to change your life, it's important to first tackle your mindset, feelings, and deal with what's deep within. Resolve undealt with issues, unresolved issues, and do the inner healing work that needs doing, which we've been covering this already through the majority of this course, but this is just a little bit more. It's good to clear our headspace and plan ahead for our future. Once you've done that, then you can move on to the action-based stuff. So, to begin with, take a deeper look at your life as a whole. The trials and tribulations that you've experienced, the life lessons you've learned, what they have taught you and how you intend on doing things differently. Look at unhealthy patterns that you keep repeating over and over and over again. Look at your wants, your needs, your desires, your feelings, and where you want your life to go. Look at how you intend on achieving all that you hope to achieve. Truly delve deep and explore with an open and honest mind, an open and honest heart. Being completely honest with yourself is the key to moving forward. So on a piece of paper or in your journal, just write down a title called Life Reflection. That's your main title. And then just list highlights and major events, situations that you've had in your life. And once you've done that, you've listed all these different, just the major events and situations that you've been through in your life. Once you've done that, then you can ask yourself the following questions for each event or situation. Again, take as much time as you can on each of the different events and with the questions. Do not rush the process. Be completely open and honest. Even if it takes you weeks to do just one, just work through it at a pace that is right for you and that works for you. So you basically look at your different events in your life. You start with the first one or the first situation or event that you wrote down, and you don't move on to the next one until you've worked through each one at a time. So you can ask questions like, what effect did this event have on you or this situation have on you? What effect did it have on you? Could the event have been avoided, or the situation could it have been avoided? How did you cope and handle with the event? I'm calling it event. It could be a situation, event, whatever it is that you've been through, that you've written down. How could you have done things differently? What caused the event in the first place? What have you learned from what happened? From what happened from the experience? How have you learned from the experience? If you could go back and do things differently, what would you do? So you're pulling it apart, you're looking at the different major events or situations that you've experienced in the whole of your life, you've written them all down, and then you're asking yourself questions about it, you're looking at it from all angles, and you're working on one at a time, and be completely honest and open. Ask yourself how you felt, how it made you feel, what impact did it have on your life, what impact does it still have on your life, how is it still affecting you? Do you need to forgive yourself, others, or the situation or the event? What needs forgiving? How can you change your mindset about whatever this was that happened? How would having positive feelings and thought about whatever this is impact your life now? So you're just asking yourself all these questions. Once you've done that and you've worked through each of the events or situations that you've written down on your list, then write another title which is called Current Life versus Desired Life. And this is where we're going to record how you're currently living your life. So you write down current life versus desired life. And then on one page, you could put a small title, just saying, a subtitle saying current life, and you write down the things that are happening in your current life right now. What's your current state in your life? What's happening in your life? How are you feeling emotionally, mentally, physically? What's going on? What's your financial state? Are you happy where you are? Where are you living? Are you happy with where you're living right now? What's your family dynamic, your family situation, your romantic situation? What's your health and fitness like? Are you happy where you are health-wise and fitness-wise? Write everything down. Just be completely honest. Yes, right now, my health is not great. It's something I'm really needing to work on. But I have got these health issues. I've got this. My family's got a lot of problems going on in the family. Or if it's good family, just say, yeah, my family life's good. Write down what your life is like now, basically. And you're looking at everything. You're writing down about financial situation, family, romantic, your health, your fitness, where you're living. You're writing everything down. You're writing what is your current life. What is the life that you're living right now? What is it? Write that down. Now write down another title, another subtitle, which is called Desired Life. So we've looked at your current life, and you've been completely honest of where you are in your current life. You've looked at everything, family, friends, your life, your home, your money situation, your health, your fitness, everything. And now we're going to look at Desired Life. So under the subtitle Desired Life, write down what is your desired life. Be completely open and honest with yourself. What is your desired life? What do you want in your life? If you think of your life, what would be the perfect life for you? The life that you would feel really happy, comfortable, confident. How would that life be? How would your financial situation be? How would your family dynamic be? Your friendships, your relationships, your health, your fitness. What is it that you would have liked to have achieved in this desired life? So for example, if in this, like now, your current life, you really want to get your driver's license or do driving lessons, you just never get the chance, there's something on your wish list, that in your desired life, you could write that you've already achieved this. You know, I've got my driver's license, I would have got my driver's license, I would have my own car, my house, I'll be living. If you're not happy where you're living now, you say, I would have moved home to this house, and describe what would your new house be? What's your ideal new home? What would it look like? What type of job? If you're unhappy in the job you're in now, then in your desired life, what's the type of job you would like to have? Would you like to have your own business? You could say, well, currently I'm working this job that I'm really unhappy in. And then you write in your desired life, I've got my own business now, I've achieved that. So you're writing what your desired life is. What do you see as being a life that's going to make you so happy? And you're writing this down in the desired life section. Once you've done that, you can write a title, another subtitle, which is called Current Life versus Desired Life Questions. So, current life versus desired life questions, and then write these questions down. Again, you can answer them in your own time, be as completely honest as you can, and just take your time with each one. Don't rush the process, and don't move on to the next question until you've completely covered and answered the first one. Then you move on to the second one and the next one. So just ask yourself, why are you not where you want to be? So why in your current life are you not where you want to be, not in this desired life? What's stopping you from living your desired life? What are you afraid of? What are the obstacles and blockages that you are facing that's preventing you from having this desired life? Are you an obstacle in creating this desired life? How can you overcome and eliminate these obstacles and blockages? What challenges will you face to have to get to your desired life? What can you do differently? What steps are you willing to take to change your life around? Are you willing to make necessary changes so that you can live your desired life? Do you feel worthy of living the life that you deserve? If you do not feel worthy, then why? Why do you feel this way? What will you gain from achieving your new life desires? What's the price that you're willing to pay to achieve the life that you deserve and the life that you desire? What risks are you willing to take to achieve this desired life? What changes do you need to make, not only in your life, but in yourself, to make your desired life a reality? How can you do things differently this time round? What do you need to let go of in order to be living the life that you truly want to live? So you write all these questions down and you spend as much time as you can answering them. What are you going to do to make this desired life your reality? And then just make a list, do an action plan. You could write down a subtitle saying my to-do list, my action plan, and that's when you write down all the things that you can do to actually make your desired life a reality. So you could say, right, I need to do this, I need to do that. If it's moving home, I need to save money, I need to work out how much I would need in order to move. If it's driving lessons you want to get, it's part of your desired life. Then you say, right, I need to look into getting driving lessons. I need to look into taking my test. I need to learn the highway code. So you look at everything in your desired life and you start working out what steps can you take now? What can you start working on now to help make your desired life a reality, to help create that desired life? What action steps are you going to take? But now you can even just write these down as bullet points. These are the steps I need to take in order to change things in my life. So we're going to look into this in a bit more detail. So what you can do now is write a title, which is called Changes Needed and Future Planning. Because before we we're just doing a bit of a draft, now we're looking more at the changes that are needed in more detail and future planning. Describe in great detail, writing this all down again, describe in great detail how you want to change your life for the better. Describe what you will do and the action steps that you will take. Create a yearly goals and achievements list. And then form that yearly goals list and break it down into monthly goals. So you write down, right, in order for me to create my desired life, in a year, I need to be doing this. And you write everything down. So you're writing down these yearly goals. So in order for me to achieve this desired life, these are the goals or the things that I need to work through and need to do this year to really get me to that desired life. And then you break that down into monthly goals. So you say, right, this I could possibly do in a month. These are my monthly goals. So this month I'm going to do 1, 2 things on my list. Next month I'm going to do this thing on my list. This month I'm going to do this thing on my list. So you break it down, you create a yearly goal. And in that year, these are all the things that I need to do, the action steps that I need to take in order to really change my life around and create that life that I desire. And now you're going to break that down. Once you've done the yearly one, you break it down into monthly. So this month I can do, even if it's just one thing, 1 to 3 things. You don't have to do a whole lot. You don't have to put so much pressure on your shoulders to say, even if I do this one thing or these 2 things this month, then that can make a big difference. And then next month I'll do maybe that thing and that thing. So you're breaking it down. This is giving you something to work towards. It's keeping you motivated. And it's inspiring you to work on your life, to make those changes so that you can have that life that you really and truly desire. You can even break it down then to a weekly list. So you got goal, monthly goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, and then weekly goals. And you can say, well, this week I'm going to do this one thing. You could do more if you like, but you can start off with even just one thing. Even just one thing you do each week can actually make a big difference. It could be that you want to move home. That could be one of your biggest things in your life goal. The goal that you really want to do is move home. This will really help you to create that life you desire. So you can say, right, each week I'm going to do something in my current home. I could do decorating, getting it fixed up so I can put my house on the market, or I can go on the rent. So this week I can do fix this thing. Next week I can declutter. The week after I can do maybe clean all those sofas. You know, you're finding different things, even if it's just one thing you do each week. So you're breaking it down, looking at the different action steps. And once you've done that, then you can ask yourself the following questions. Again, with all the questions, take your time with each one. Don't move on to the next question until you fully answered the first one, and really be completely open and honest with yourself. So you can ask yourself, what do you hope to achieve? What is your goal? Why is this goal so important and significant to you? What will you gain from achieving this goal? What's the price you're willing to pay to achieve this goal? What risks would you take while pursuing this goal? What are possible obstacles, challenges, and why? How will you overcome these challenges and obstacles? Why haven't you achieved this goal already? What's stopping you? What can you do differently? What can you do now that's different that can make you achieve these goals? And once you've done that, you can write another title, which is called Life Blessings and Gratefuls. And here we're going to create a grateful and blessings list. A grateful list is basically a gratitude log. Where you log daily the things that you are grateful for. And then just list down as an initial start all the things in your life that you are grateful for. So you can say, I'm grateful that this, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. And really look through your life saying, look, I'm really grateful that I actually have this. I'm grateful. And you just write down, you do as many as you like. Just keep writing down all the things that you are grateful for. And once you've done that initial gratitude log, then you can just do this daily, every day, or even just once a week, maybe at the end of every week. Choose a day, say, right, Sunday is going to be my gratitude day. This is the day I'm going to sit down and I'm going to just count my blessings. I'm going to write down everything that happened in that week and what am I grateful for that's happened for me this week. Or you can do it daily or do it as and when you feel. But the more you do it, the more you're starting to realize just how many blessings you do have in your life. So it could be a daily one. You could do a weekly one. You just write down, call it your gratitude log. And that's where you log down things that you're grateful for. You put the dates that you run in this, and then you list all the things that you're grateful for that week. And then the next week, you could do the exact same thing and just keep doing this and really take note of what you do have and show gratitude. Really feel like, I am so grateful that I caught that bus on time. I would have been late for that meeting if I hadn't got that bus, and that bus came just at the right time. I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful that I've still got some money in my bank account. It's nearly payday. I'm waiting for my pay to come through, but I've not got nothing. I've still got something to keep me going. I'm actually really grateful for that. Write down the things that you are really grateful for. Keep a gratitude log. If it's a weekly gratitude log, a daily one, it's completely up to you. But it's important for us to count our blessings and actually see what we do have in our lives. Because this helps us just to have more appreciation for what we have, and it can raise our vibrations and keep us in a positive state of mind. Write another title saying deeper look at the people in my life. And then analyze your personal connections. Write a list of all the people in your life and ask yourself the following questions with each one. Is this a healthy or unhealthy connection? What are the positives about this connection? What are the negatives about this connection? Does this person help me or hinder me? Does this person help my life or hinder my life? What are the qualities that I like about this person? What are the qualities that I do not like about this person? Does this person bring out the best or the worst in me? Are there healthy boundaries in place with this person? Is my connection with this person a positive and healthy connection or the complete opposite? Why do I like spending time with this person? What annoys me and upsets me about this person? What are my true feelings about this person? If this person was not in my life anymore, then how would I feel? How will my life be affected with them not here? Am I too dependent on this person? Is this person too dependent on me? Is this person healthy for me? Or is it toxic? Am I still sticking to the boundaries that I've put in place? Do I really enjoy this connection or not? What other healthy boundaries can I put in place in connection with this person? Should I keep this person in my life or should I let them go? So I know we've covered this quite a lot in the course, but it's good to go back and keep refreshing your mind on this and keep looking at your connections. This is keeping you on top of things, whether you're sticking to your boundaries or whether you're letting your boundaries slip a bit. So it just keeps going back. So you're keeping on top of things. Positive affirmations is always a great way to keep our vibration risen and keep us in a good place. It's a good way to motivate us. So try writing down some of your own positive affirmations that are in alignment with your life or the desired life that you're trying to create. So an example is you can say, I am worthy of financial abundance and wealth. I am worthy of lasting love. I am a confident and capable person. I achieve at everything that I do. I am living my desired life. I never go without. I am always provided for. I have loyal and trustworthy friendships around me. I am healthy in body, heart, and mind. I have a healthy and passionate sex life. I am lovable. I am able to do all the things on my wish list. I am living the life that I truly desire. I have more money coming in each month than going out. Money flows to me effortlessly. Wonderful opportunities fall into my lap with ease. I am a loving person. I have a happy, fulfilling relationship. I am not single anymore. My family situation is sorted out and I'm so grateful. I have no outstanding bills. I love my job. It pays well and it suits my needs. I have my own business and it's a great success. So write down positive affirmations that are in connection with your desired life and with you and your happiness and the things that you really mean a lot to you. And then each day say them in like the present term, like it's actually happened. Like I have no outstanding bills. I have no debts. I am debt free. So you're saying it in those ways as if it's already happened. You could create 5 affirmations, 10 affirmations, 20, 30, it's up to you. But these are ones that you're going to be saying to yourself every morning. When you wake up every morning, but when you start the day, say these affirmations and say it with meaning. Say it as though it's already happened. So you say, I am financially stable. I am financially secure. I am not single anymore. I am in a loving, committed relationship. So you're saying it as if it really happened and you're really putting that feeling behind it, how it would make you feel. You're really saying it with determination and conviction. And you say them every morning and every night. So the beginning of the day, the start of every day, you say them. And at the end of every day. So you can make, even if it's just 5 affirmations you tell yourself each morning, or 10 or 20, it's up to you. But try and do this every day. Now, if you could write another title, which is called Mindset Change. Take a long, hard look at your current mindset and ask yourself the following questions. Like with all the questions, I always say, spend as much time as you can on each one. Be completely honest and open with yourself. Do not go into the next question or work on the next question until you've completed that first question. So these questions are as follows. Do I have a positive or a negative mindset? Do I have an abundant or lack mindset? Why do I have the mindset that I do? Where does this mindset stem from? How can I change my mindset? What steps can I take to have a more abundant and positive mindset? Am I a positive or a negative person? Are my thoughts mainly positive or negative? How can I train my mind to think more positively? What can I do differently? What has caused me to adapt my current thought pattern and process? What am I going to do to change this? When I first did this exercise myself, when I created the exercise, and I thought, let me give it a go, because with all the courses I do try and implement those same courses into my own life to see how they work and if they are effective before I start teaching them. And when I did this exercise, I had a massive enlightenment moment. It was huge. It was a positive revelation for me. Since the discovery of this revelation, I have really changed my mindset dramatically and for the better. So it does work just from addressing these things. And since doing, I've noticed a string of positive events happening in my life. My life has really changed around dramatically. I'm not living the same life I'm living now than what I was living last year, basically. It's changed so much just from me having these realizations and doing these exercises. In a year, I can notice the massive difference. Anyway, when I did this exercise, I was reflecting on the past 4 years or so of my life. I was in deep thought and really unpicked and unraveled my subconscious mind. I asked myself the above questions that we just went through. And I suddenly remembered something. It's like a twig. It's like from doing these questions, answering those questions, it twigged something. And I remembered something from 2017. It was like a hidden away memory that had suddenly resurfaced out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, this memory just popped into my mind, something I'd completely forgotten about. It was thanks to doing these questions and being honest with these questions that it triggered this memory. It was like a memory had been completely erased from my mind until now. And what I remembered was, on the 16th of September 2016, I actually fled my abusive marriage and went into a women's refuge with my children. I'd left my abusive ex-husband of 12 years. Leaving him was the best choice I've ever made. Finally, I was free from him and the awful abuse that he had put me through for 12 long years. I had spent years and years in that situation and trying to heal myself and trying to find myself. And I couldn't when I was in that situation. So I fled and I went straight into a women's refuge. And while I was in that refuge, I'd spent 8 months in refuge, trying to heal and re-find myself again, trying to rebuild my self-confidence, put myself back together and discover who I was. Because at that point, I didn't even know who I was anymore. My identity was stripped away. I was just a shell. And I had to really go through a lot of healing. I was in refuge for 8 months and I got a lot of one-to-one support from my key worker. She was absolutely brilliant. She really worked with me and helped me to regain my confidence. By the time I left refuge in April 2017 and moved to Hastings, because I was in a different town then, and I moved to Hastings, I was in a much better place emotionally, and my mental state was improving. It wasn't perfect. I still had a lot to work through, but to compare where I was when I first got to that refuge, I was in a much better place because of the work I had done to get myself in a good place. I had an abundant mindset at that point. I really did. because I had spent the last 8 months really working on myself, recovering from the abuse. I spent that time working on my thought pattern and rebuilding my self-confidence. So I'd had a much more of an abundant mindset by the time I'd left refuge. I was so pleased. I was just so pleased to be free from my ex-husband that I felt that I could take on the world. This lifted my mindset. This put me in an abundant mindset. Just that freedom, that sense of being free, that sense of not being trapped anymore, not being tied down in a situation where I was so deeply unhappy. That in itself gave me the abundant mindset. I felt free. I felt like I could take on the world. I really was in a massive abundant mindset. I felt that anything was possible. I now had the freedom of speech, the freedom to do all the things that I was never allowed to do before. For the first time in 12 years, I was truly free. I was not a prisoner anymore. I was free to be my own unique self. And this sense of freedom was empowering. It really was, and it was life-changing. It created an instant, abundant mindset for me. When we moved, my daughter and me, we moved from the refuge that we were staying at in another town, and we moved to Hastings. We did not have much at all, nothing. And basically, I started off with nothing really, because I left my ex-husband when I fled my abusive marriage. I left a house that we owned, it was our own property. I left everything. I literally went into refuge because I had to flee very quickly. It was all very quick, very fast, a long story. And I left basically with my children, my laptop, and £500 in my purse. That was it. And the clothes that we wore. For the first week that I was in refuge, we were staying in the same clothes, same knickers, same everything, until I could get a chance to try and get my £500 to go to the bank to try going to the shops to go and get clothes. So when I went into refuge, I left everything. Everything was at my old property with my ex-husband. I literally just had my laptop, my girls, and £500 in my bank account, £500 in my purse, and I had the clothes that I was wearing. That is it. And so we had left everything behind. I literally was starting from scratch. And while I was in refuge, I tried to get myself bits and bobs as I got my finances sorted, got put onto benefits, got all that financial help. I just got bits and bobs. I bought like a little kettle. I bought furniture and just little pieces that I could have when I was in refuge. So by the time we moved to Hastings from refuge, I really did not have much at all. I literally moved to refuge with some clothes and a few little household, just small household goods that I'd taken with me, just something to get me started. It was really it was a real struggle. I ended up getting myself into debt because I tried to rebuild my life with next to nothing. Like I say, we went into refuge with just the clothes on our backs, and we came out with much the same, really, just a little bit extra. So my family and I had to really rebuild our lives from next to nothing. We spent the first 3 weeks after leaving refuge and moving into Hastings in our new little flat. We spent those first 3 weeks sleeping on the floor, with using coats and stuff as blankets because we had no beds, we had no furniture. We had a home, so we were grateful. We had a home, but that's all we had. We had no fridge, no stove, no furniture, no carpets, no flooring. It was just wooden boards on the floor. There wasn't even carpets. We had nothing. So we had to really seek help from local charities, food banks, and all different organizations just to get some help and support. And any money that I did get from benefits that came in was going towards trying to build a home, because my main priority was not really for me at that point, it was for my daughter, my children, was to build a home for them, to have a stove, to have a fridge, to have a bed for them to sleep on. So we had to get organizations to help, and every penny I got was going on to trying to build a home. Thankfully, because I was in such a positive mindset at the time, everything seems to fall into place for us. It all seemed to just fall into place because I was in such a positive mindset, I wasn't letting my current situation affect me. I wasn't letting it break me. I was fighting. I had a fighting spirit. I wasn't giving up. I was working hard. Things just fell into place for us. It really did. It just sent out that positive energy. And we never went without. Help was in abundance for us. Help just flew in. I couldn't believe the amount of help and support that came in for us. I was just so grateful. All our wants and needs were met. It was incredible. Even now I feel like crying. Just talking about it just gives me goosebumps. Because I never gave up. We kept fighting, and then everything just fell into place. We had people reaching out to us, supporting us. People bringing around bags and bags of food. It was just wow. It was really inspirational. My daughters and I, well, my youngest daughter, ended up moving back in with my ex-husband, but my eldest stayed with me, and we really got by. We got by, and we felt good. We felt happy. We felt free, and this was such an incredible feeling that it just made us in this abundant mindset. Even though we did not have much, we were happy, and we were actually living a very fulfilling life, despite not having much at all. We went out loads and did tons of things. We made new friendships, made so many good new friends. We got involved within our community. We were doing events, charity events, and doing just so much. We loved our new life. I went to college. I got new qualifications. I loved that, and which opened new doorways. I ended up getting a job as a chef because I did my food and hygiene certificate, and I got new qualifications for that. So it opened new job opportunities for me. Despite having nothing, we had everything. We had everything and were so happy. And to this day, my daughter and I both agree that 2017 was the most favorite year. It was our most favorite year. It was our happiest year. The happiness we felt, the freedom we felt, the new friends we made, the things we did. We were always busy doing this, doing that, getting out there, getting involved in things, learning new things. It was just amazing. And the support we had was just flooding in. It was all due to our abundant mindset. Because we felt free from being away from that abuse, free, it automatically put us in that abundant mindset. We felt like we could take on the world, and we really did. We felt so happy. We were always laughing. We laughed so much. I look back at the photos, and I've got thousands of photos from that year. We traveled to so many different places. We explored new places. We had so many new experiences that we couldn't have, because for 12 years we were like basically trapped and stuck. We'd never lived. And now we had all these new experiences, and life was just wow, amazing. Then early 2018, I made a new friend. And this new friend, she had said to me one day, and this is where this realization comes in. This is where things start to change. So it was in 2018, one of the new friends that I had made said something to me. And what she said had affected my life in a very, very negative way. So things are going to change very quickly here, as you'll see. From being in this happy, abundant mindset, living the life, just being so happier than we've ever been in such a long time. It all changed literally just like that. And it all began in 2018, a year or 2 years after I'd left my ex-husband. And how this happened was from something a friend had said to me, one of my new friends. And what she said to me, it really did affect me in a very negative way. It affected my life. It affected my daughter's life. Or should I say, it's not really what she said, but it's how I took it that affected everything. So it wasn't what she said, it's how I took it that affected everything and caused negativity for me and my family. It was me who caused the negativity, not my friend. It was me, because of how I took it and how I dealt with what I was told. What she said to me was, I can't understand how you have so much in your life. You're going out, you're having fun, you're always happy, you're always positive. You know, how are you doing it? How are you doing it? How are you living such a fulfilling life when you have nothing? You have nothing, yet you're always positive and you're always happy. How do you do it? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Something's not right. Something feels wrong here. What are you hiding? At the time, what she said, it obviously took me by surprise. I did not know how to process what she had said. This caused me to start questioning everything. Everything. I questioned why. I asked myself if it was wrong and not right to be living so abundantly when I had nothing at all. Was there something very wrong with this new life I was living? I started telling myself that she was right. I was in poverty and I was struggling financially. I should not be living such a happy, abundant and fulfilling life. I started telling myself it was wrong. It was wrong. I shouldn't be living like this. I shouldn't be so happy. I shouldn't be so positive all the time. I should be miserable. It was wrong that I was so happy. And so I was telling myself this very negative stuff. And that one thing that she had said, I took it in such a bad way. And I started questioning everything. What she had said riddled my thoughts and plagued my mind. It really troubled me for weeks and weeks. I kept replaying the conversation over and over and over in my head. I picked at it, I analysed it, and I pondered over it. I questioned everything. From then onwards, my life sadly, it really did, it sadly just spiraled downwards, and at such a great speed. Such a great speed. It wasn't just like months later. This was from then onwards. My life just went down. It went downhill and fast. I was miserable. I was constantly needing to go to the food bank for help, struggling with no food, no money. I developed high anxiety, depression, and ongoing health conditions. I kept thinking I was having a heart attack. There were several times when I had to call an ambulance out because I was convinced I was having a heart attack, just for them to tell me I have a healthy heart, but the high levels of stress I was under at the time was causing me to feel like I was having a heart attack. It was just awful. It was awful. Things started to fall apart in my life and in my daughter's life too. It didn't just affect me. It affected my daughters. It affected everyone around me. My friendships fell away. I lost friends. Life became a living nightmare. All of a sudden, I was so alone. I was on my own. I'd lost all the new friends I'd made. Everything had fallen apart. I was constantly stressed. Again, constantly thinking I was having a heart attack, calling out ambulances. And it was just like fighting a losing battle. My very happy and abundant relationship with my daughter was starting to deteriorate fast. We kept fighting and arguing and having massive rows. Doom and gloom, drama and strife seemed to follow us wherever we went. I felt like I was being punished by God. I was being sentenced to a life of pain. This continued on till very recently. Only in the last 2 years has this pure hell actually started to disappear. And I'll let you know why with this. But literally it went on from 2018 right through till 2019. No, 2020. Yeah, the beginning of 2020. So it was about a year and a bit that I was going through this hell. It was hell. And the worst thing about it is that I was my worst enemy. It was me who caused all this to happen. And how I did that was I changed my mindset from this abundant, free, happy mindset to a negative mindset, all because of what my friend had said. And I took it in such a negative way that it caused me to literally change my mindset from that abundant mindset that I had after leaving my ex-husband to this really negative lack mindset. And from that, it had like a domino effect. It rippled through my life and affected not only me, but everyone around me. So this is how powerful a mindset is. This is just showing you how powerful our mindsets are and how it does actually play a massive part in the type of life that we are living. Since that conversation with my friend, everything started going wrong for me and my family. It was like a dark grey cloud was constantly following me, hovering over me, watching my every steps. My once abundant, happy and fulfilling life was now nothing but a living nightmare. I was living a nightmare. Remember that memory I spoke of at the beginning of the section that we're talking about? That was a real eye-opener for me. Well, at first I could not understand why I had remembered it. I really could not. I tried shaking it off, but it tugged at me. I kept replaying it over and over and over in my mind. It was from doing those questions, that on mindset, that actually triggered that memory for me. It was only a few days later, and this was about around February time, 2020, last year. It was around, that's when I did all that exercise, and that's when I had this memory that suddenly came to me. And that's when the penny dropped. Suddenly, from that memory of what my friend had said and how my life just spiraled downwards after what she said, suddenly it all made perfect sense. The reason I had been struggling so much in life up to this point was because of that very conversation. That conversation that I had with my friend. It all boiled down to mindset. I had automatically changed my mindset from an abundant mindset to one of lack, one of poverty, one of negativity. At the time, I assumed that she was right. I shouldn't be living such an abundant life. In my mind, she was completely right, and things didn't add up. So subconsciously, I started thinking in a negative lack way and expecting the very worst. From that day onwards, life just spiraled into a downward spiral of poverty, loss, trauma, unimaginable pain. The pain I went through was just unimaginable in that time. I suffered dearly because of it. Something as simple as a change of mindset had completely turned my world and my children's world around for the worst. Who would have thought that a mindset could have such a powerful and devastating impact on our lives and results? It was my negative way of thinking and lack mindset that I was in at that time that caused all the pain that I had endured. I was not being punished. I was not cursed or damned. It was all me. It was my mind and my thought process. This realization blew me away. For the first time in years, it all made perfect sense. I could finally see things clearly. It was like the fog had lifted from my eyes and from my life. This realization is priceless. It is priceless. And I'm incredibly grateful that I now see so clearly. For in truth, I was causing my own failures and poverty because of the negative and lack mindset that I had taken on. If I had not taken on that mindset, if I had not taken time to unpick, unravel, and dig deep into my subconscious mind from doing those exercises, from asking those questions, from really doing the inner healing work, then I would probably have still be in that negative mindset. I would probably never have changed my life around. This is why it is so important to be completely honest with yourself. Do the inner healing work. Address these issues. Be completely honest. Look at things. No matter how painful it is, we need to do this work because it has far-reaching effects. It's that inner self-healing work, asking these questions. They're boring, having to go over the same questions over and over again, really delving into them, but it changes your life. It has a very positive effect. It'll help you. It's all part of the healing work. It's addressing what needs to be addressing. No matter how uncomfortable they are to face and deal with. From facing these issues, facing our feelings, facing the facts, you are addressing them. You are healing from them. I knew that in order to turn my life around for the better, I needed to retrain my mind to think in a more positive and abundant way. I needed to have an abundant mindset. So this is exactly what I have been doing. And I spent the whole of 2020 doing this. Because remember, I only had this realization. It was around February 2020 when I had this realization. And that's when I thought, right, I need to stop putting the work in. I need to do something because I don't want to be living this life anymore. I don't want to keep going through pain. I'm tired of the pain. I want a good life, and I'm going to put in that work. And I spent the whole of last year. The whole year was my healing year, and I'm still doing it now. It hasn't stopped. It's taken a year, but I'm still healing. I'm still putting in that work. And my life is not the same life it was last year. It's changed dramatically for the better just from changing that mindset. Already, I am seeing such positive results in my life. Things are starting to turn around for me and for my family. It's happening literally overnight. I'm incredibly grateful for this realization that I had. If I had not taken the time to actually do these exercises, to look at the questions, ask myself these questions, and really look honestly at things, I could still be in a very negative and bad place right now in my life. I'm feeling so much better within just from taking that time and doing that inner work. Our minds are so incredibly powerful. We have no idea the impact our thoughts and mindsets have, not only to us. This is the most important thing. It's not only us. It's to others and our lives and our well-being. It affects everything. So this is why it's so important to have abundant mindset, to work on ourselves, do the inner healing work, because that is what's going to really change your life around for the better. Now we've done all the addressing work, done all the healing work, looking at what our issues are, what needs working on, we can start working on action, taking action to actually change our lives around. So this next section is called Time for Action. So if you could write in your journal or on a piece of paper, Time for Action as a heading. Now that we, like I say, have completed this non-action tasks, part of this journey that we're on, we can now move on to the time when we actually are taking action. It's time to take the necessary action and steps to move forward. Taking action and putting in the hard work is crucial in order to move forward. So I'm going to share with you some action tasks that you can do to really help you with this and help you on your journey. Keep in mind, everyone has a different journey. So feel free to add some of your own personalized tasks too. Mine are just examples of things that you can do. But you have your own situation, your own lives, you have your own journey. So think outside the box, be creative, think of what you can do. What extra tasks can you do that are more in alignment with you and with the life you're trying to desire or the things that you need to work through. So add your own to this too. And then I have a few that I'm going to be sharing with you. So number one is journaling. At the end of each day, try to record in your self-healing journal, just record down how your day was. Just write down. Journaling is so important. Get your feelings out. Anything that upset you during the day, write this all down. Even if you just write a few lines, just record your feelings, your thoughts, what happened during the day. Events that happened in your life, your healing process, how it's coming on, how are you coming on with getting to the place where you want to create this new life, how are you coming on with your mindset change, your thought process change, your self-healing journey. Express yourself openly and freely. See your journal as your best friend, someone you can confide in and share all your worries and troubles with, knowing that no one will read it. It's your privacy. Share your happy moments and your sad moments. Share everything. Journaling is amazing. I've been doing it since I was 11 years old. I've always had a journal. I don't think there's ever been a time when I haven't had a journal, and it's helped me so much in my life. Daily positive steps. You could create a daily positive steps chart. This is where you can record at the end of each day what you did that particular day to promote positive changes in your life and in yourself and towards creating your desired life. Try to do at least one or more things each day towards rebuilding your life, your self-esteem, and creating that desired life. Even if it's just one tiny little thing, one tiny thing that you did each day, such as getting up first thing when the alarm goes off, instead of just turning the alarm off, or filling out your journal, signing up for a new course, going to the doctors for that ache in your side that you keep putting off doing, getting a new haircut, anything, even if it's just one little thing that you did was a positive thing for you, a positive thing towards creating the life you desire, write it down and try and do something each day. Like I say, even if it is just one small thing, because those small things add up. They add up. You may find that you start doing one thing each day, one thing towards self-love, one thing towards your desired life, creating that life you want. You start it off, and then as you get motivated, you may make it 2 things, 3 things, go at a pace that best suits you. And then recognize the achievements. When you've achieved that, think, yes, I did that. Today I did that. I'm so proud of myself. I achieved that. I'm proud of myself. I was feeling really down today. I was feeling really ill, but I made the effort and I did that. And that's an achievement. I should be proud of myself. Tick it off and say, well done. I did it. Recognize your achievements. So even if it's just one thing a day, it all adds up. Set intentions each month. Write a list of at least 10 or more achievements or task goals that you want to achieve that month. You could even just make it 3 or more. Basically, these are simple little things that you hope to achieve that month. Like, for example, you can say, well, this month, at the beginning of each month, you make your achievement goal list. You say, well, this month, I hope to achieve catching up on all the washing, finally get that washing load caught up on. Or I'd like to sign up to a new group this month. I'd like to socialize more, maybe make 1 or 2 new contacts this month. I need to change my doctor's surgery. That's something I'd like to achieve this month. I'd like to decorate my living room. That's something I'm going to try and do this month. Start meditating, join a fitness group. It could be anything like that. Just write down steps on how you intend on accomplishing and achieving what it is that you hope to achieve. So all you have to do there is just set some intentions each month, even if it's 1. You could even do 1 thing, 1 to 3 to 10 things. Make a list, write down what it is that you hope to achieve that month, and then how are you going to do it. So for an example, what you could do is you can write down, one of the goals this month that I really want to achieve is to get a job. That's something I really want to do this month. So you could write down as a main title, goal is to get a job. And then underneath that title, you put a subtitle, which is how. You write how in capital letters. And then now you're focusing on how. Look at how you can get a job. So you put bullet points underneath that subtitle called how. Put bullet points and list all the different ways of how you can make this happen. Examples are, goal is how to get a job. How? Bullet point. Help from job center. Bullet point. Find people who can help. Search online. Go and speak to people. Post job wanted ads. Word of mouth. Search the papers. Email companies. Phone companies. Create a CV. Get help fixing and creating my CV. And work out what career field I really want to go into. Get qualifications. Do extra work or studies in connection with the type of career I want. Do research in my chosen field. So that's how you're going to tackle it. Then next, you could say, the next thing I really want to do this month, that I really plan, one of my goals for this month is to learn how to budget and save. Okay, so you put a title, learn to budget and save. That's one of my goals. How, again, as a subtitle, how, and then put bullet points. How are you going to do this? Well, you could create a budget plan. You could research ways to save money, cut down on luxury spending, plan meals, put money away each month, get help from professionals, do research online how to create a good budget plan, get a job, ask for others for advice. So you're doing exactly the same thing. Another example, you want to get a new doctor that month. You say, this month my goal is to get a new doctor. So in the bold letters, write as a main title, new doctor. Under that, put a subtitle, how. How are you going to do this? And under how, put bullet points and think, how are you going to get this new doctor? What do you need to do in order to get this new doctor? I need to find out where to go to register for a doctor. I need to make sure I've got all my relevant papers together, sign and fill out papers, hand them in and give them to the doctor. Look at the different surgeries, see which surgery is closest to mine, make an appointment to go in and actually see a doctor and meet my new doctor. So you're putting all these points down and you're working out how you are going to make these goals a reality. How are you going to achieve them, what the goal is, and how you're going to implement those things to make your goal reality. Right, we've come to the end of this course. Finally, 3 parts later. Yeah, just keep practicing all of this. Practice everything that you've learned. Do this inner healing work. That's the most important. Work through all that stuff, because that's changing your mindset. And once you've got a healthier mindset, you can start looking at the type of life that you want and how are you going to make that life possible. And then the rest really is in your hands. You're the only one who can make the life that you desire happen for you. And you do that by seeing what type of life you want, working out what needs to be done. What do you need to do to make that happen? Are you willing to make it happen? And if so, then taking action steps, making a plan. Planning, right, in order for me to have this life that I really want, I need to do this. I need to change this. I need to let go of this. I need to do this or that. And then actually doing it. And it's not going to happen overnight. Like I say, it was only in 2020, February 2020, when I had this realization, and I've been working on changing my mindset. I've had to go right back to the drawing board, redo all the inner healing work again. And I've been working on things. And yes, I am noticing huge, massive changes in my life. But it's taken a year and I'm still working on it. I'm still, even now I've got all these massive positive changes happening, I'm still constantly working on my life. It's an ongoing process. But before you know it, you are going to see huge differences in your life. If you're determined to change your life around and you have that positive mindset, that abundant mindset, then you can achieve it. It's going to be a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. It's going to take time. It's going to take persistence. It's going to take patience, but you can do it. If you want something bad enough, anything is possible and you can achieve it. So I hope you found this to be helpful. Thank you so much for watching and for doing this course. And I wish you every bit of success on your journey. If any point you need any help with anything or just need a friend to talk to, guidance on how to move forward, then just reach out. I'm happy to help where I can. But thank you again. And until next time, bye.